okayfm 101.7.
Olua Dennis Miracle Aboagye Director, Local Government Decentralization and Rural Development, Office of the President. Wasaye member Emma His Excellency Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumiani campaign team. Miracle Aboagye mi mwache.
Senior, mejozo na bibi woko.
Boko na usu
Divine selection, someone I'm saying, Yamiadum. Dear T. say, dear na Senko.
That's a pa. Now, Minister Ura, Yura, Dankwaku Botwe, what to say?
Oh, you know, I don't know you. I don't want them, you know, for sure.
What about Bemed in general? And I know some be about to turn from him. Na Ekoba say oh minister say common fund administrator as what bashana say bia o bia no she cannot do it without recourse to the one no a person or my direction edeko na enyam bia sa asem no ba minister ka say and Canada Roma in course of time no obekasa na yente ne nkasa na emum asam pa ne pono se ne sitie
senior me da say ebia in the due course no or bekana some but as a stakeholder within the sector no I think say sometimes mesobeti wanna me to say you discuss issues so na especially when you can see obvious misinformation and distortion and having because what we need to assess I know my way no aside a big chat on now based on convention a into the future especially when not simply for more can want some idea we bring for mukasa or mandudum and see I remember I think Saturday me say no more discuss this in matter on Peace FM Hello FM and some of the panelists were making very, very, very obvious misinformation and distorted facts, which clearly means that distortion, you join it to us, Wahana, Ababeka. Minister, any common fund administrator, among Okoye, and Tokobi Newmanton. The Ohunian is a Juma and a Omoya Boabine and a choir. Umbe faswa ye jubano dia baku fi se fa nifa baku fi se fa binkum nipa mienu so de se omadwen ko penkro ewo bibi ho the law of nature na ne se ombepe third party no so de adwen kira ba beka na me na wasem bi oka o se o te se nipa mienu di bone ya na awie bibia oni ho asem papa so be se ye se nipa miensa it me your madrin back so muka could be bonny dear. I know indeed, because every piano, me and Sunny dear, say back could be Nimiansa woman, 77. The same you know, no bit to me, I didn't not drink tonight about the come. And see, so then on now come your multi studio. Abiano pay, production, must be a bit discuss Bank of Ghana, Bacosi a bit discuss common fund, Bacosi a bit discuss in Sua Fund for Northeast. Maka anti atenye juma. Say the standard procedure in every corporate institution is a mobile escalating issue number if you are general manager of okayfm and as a penny or despite and amwa. And no say more contact. The change and say more madrin in here was sick different. In penny yaka immune no still I agree no and copy and crop into no. The best say, Obeshada, watch it, Muna, or my direction. There are things a minister letter, no, say, Omampeni, Emma, or more direction, and a guidance as to a few issues, saying, but there, Yan said, unfortunately, let our minister Chokoma president, for president in Kwano, Ababe Tabon.
Mekra
Unfortunate, very, very unfortunate, because your internal memos and internal communication institution bi emu aban edwuma yen so eka ho to de bia obetimi akọ president okọ akọka wasam okawia o say control report faculty personal tro na cheche mu na fabra okọ cabinet na pesa odo wasam kwa onkonfo anu nkọka neta okọ o de cabinet memo eko ntimbre bia ministers omo kwa cabinet or prepare cabinet information paper no or the to na sem no so no de akọ nti standard procedure within government but enya baba to abonten there is so na distortion be mu e ho be here say be cheche na aboa we know it's for the purpose of public education and public information minister kan obebi ada say o mampani enhye ana on kire say common fund administrator a report ma ono minister on to obebi o letter ni bi nti me gidi say wakan letter no on to obebi nti again no you can see the deliberate orchestration the deliberate distortion of facts if you more for whatever purpose and whatever intention and a argument. And see, that is the first misinformation and distortion. The person may correct it. The minister hasn't said anywhere. In any case, I have also heard a lot of people also try to create the impression, say, Empo, say, if it is a case, a common fund administrator, a report, ministry, in fact, I can say, Common Fund Administration Office in an independent institution because it was created in the Constitution and now by the Constitution. You know what is that, number? But you know, senior Ushibupa now analyze it and also a complete misinformation. There are several institutions created in the Constitution and now by the Constitution. What kind of Constitution you'd realize every institution or constitution be created here or per se constitution here independent institution here independent and maybe constitution be indicated. For example, now kind constitution now you'd realize there are, for example, STRAJ, NCC, Electoral Commission. Some now some more independent institutions. What kind chapter 19 of the Constitution establishing National Commission for Civic Education. Article 234. Don't say a state or specifically say the independence of the Commission, and it says that it shall not be subject to the direction or control of any person or authority in the performance of its function. Article 255 establishes STRAJ and also a caption the same readings. Several other independent bodies. In fact, when you read the Constitution, every institution or constitution is independent aside and the clause we say it shall not be subject to the direction or control of any person or authority in the performance of functions. Now they are dangerous and say Constitution creative Common Fund Administration Office and she independent now a report Emma Parliament. Can you imagine say Common Fund Administration Office, ebe act to say Electoral Commission, and as such, and NCC, because these are the character and nature of independent institutions, and as an audit service. So they just imagine, say, in so northeast. Last week in so northeast for Kwame.
Yeah,
the executive arm of the government, and then depending on a friend say a your responsibility. So normally protecting lives and property.
Sure.
Now, the resources now, and Brano Ashefe, executive arm of the government, and developed district assemblies. We say the resources are independent. Because my understanding of independence, normal reporting my parliament, say, they are not subject to the direction and control of any authority except parliament.
Mamenti has to say, the Common Fund Administrator in the office in Oho. But because per the letter, Mamenti can letter no, or say, the ministry will want to bring to the attention of His Excellency, the President, some of challenges being faced in the utilization of the District Assembly's Common Fund for the development of these assemblies as a result of lack of cooperation from the office of this Assembly's Common Fund. Let's just say, what let's say, where the SSO on any kabum, Eddie Juma,
I was going to even come to that, but I wanted to establish a fact because I've heard even members of parliament even make that point say, oh, common fund administration office is independent, and that's all reporting my parliament. And I'm saying that I disagree with that.
Okay. Me too. Hello. Brad Miracle. Hello. I didn't book
distortion and misinformation. Again, what you say, Bimaka say, oh, okay, the Local Governance Act 936 now, and not they say, common fund administrator, no better report my parliament, now I report it directed to president, and also, FBA no FIA no say, what now they will formula parliament, and I approve you know, and Brandon say, okay, you many in area, cyber catcher and parliament, acquire our files to approve and the Maono, and put. But there's no way in the act that says that the Office for the Administration of Common Fund reports directly to the president. It is nowhere. Indeed.
It's nowhere in the act.
No, it's nowhere in the act. Any baby
no, I reported directly to mine.
You see, okay, Local Governance Act now, 2016 Act now, it consolidates all the individual and independent acts within the local government sector. I can know. There were different acts for District Assembly Common Fund. There were different acts for local government service. And there were acts for the local governance sector. But in 2016, Parliament had different and bring into one law. I'm afraid the Local Governance Act 936 2016. Five acts, the act is generally supervised by the Ministry for Local Government and Decentralization. That act is supervised by the Ministry for Local Government and Rural Development and Decentralization. Now, okay, act now, the act created so many other institutions, and each of the institutions now acts and the person will place it under the office of the president. The act stated so. For example, the Interministerial Coordinating Committee on Decentralization, IMM office. Okay, act now, section 204. The act specifically says that it shall be under the office of the president. Now, see, I'm going to tell you, we need to more church and brano. No. What it means is that if in the same act, when it wanted to create an institution under the office of the president, it explicitly says so. It means that if it doesn't say same for the other, you can't go and claim that glory. And see, any institution in the act, that's with my understanding, any institution in the act that is not stated explicitly, like the others in the same act say they are under the office of the president, are naturally being supervised by the ministry. Don't forget, say, you can say you even report to the president. It doesn't mean that also on a panel of president. There is always a sector ministry that is responsible for you in that sector. What be reported through? What kind of civil service?
I understand the view. Me fan say this Assembly Common Fund. Ho asem bi ese e ko cabinet na minya hwe se bia common fund administrator no or cabinet minister na member eno no sages of the five ministers so anambo
okay section 11 of the Civil Service Act 1993 I say a ministry shall be the highest organization for the respective sector. Okay, and it's A, constituted of the department divisions and B, responsible for the sector, determined by the president or as provided by law by any other enactment. Therefore, clearly, if this Assembly Common Fund is part of the local governance sector and it is captured in the Local Governance Act, an act that is generally supervised by the Ministry for Local Government, Rural Development and Decentralization, except when it is stated, say, only mandate over that institution there, then clearly, there is no ambiguity over the matter. By no friend, that is not even what the
Mami, adie baako. Me fan say this Assembly Common Fund and administrator no by formula Parliament approve no wakoche. Wokoche wia. One Common Fund administrator no onkrofo won ko say project has been executed. Ana ya na saade no why na ese wo hwe.
Okay? And then now was see the ministry ministry na kasankasa no. Omo are responsible for coordinating and supervising the activities of the district assembly. That is what it is. Omo are responsible for coordinating the activities. But I am saying, say, and yet no one kind of minister oka. See, the minister's letter is not even talking about all the things we have discussed now.
No.
Until all these things, have been introduced by people, and not a cloudy conversation. Emma, I'm out for in the past 2 weeks. Omuti asemna. Obi had the opportunity to say, oh, minister say, common for administration should report to him. And that's what is being discussed. And that is what I am saying this morning on your show. Say, the minister has not said anywhere or even written to president anywhere, say, common for administrator and report them and or seeking guidance and direction for president. What the minister is saying is that what the formula na parliamentary parliament are approving. One of the components the woman say every quarter piano, Obama disassembly common fund be no there. But beyond that, in the same common fund allocations, there were other components be to say district support fund, to say national projects, special projects, any reserve funds are buying a use in terms of difficulty and in terms of challenges for other districts. The minister in paragraph 9 says that the ministry holds the view that when it comes to my main kind 6 bullet 6, 7, and 8 and 9 now exactly and happy discussion exactly
bullet 6 in the say once the approval is done, the administrator of the district assembly common fund has the function under section 129 of the Local Government Act 2016, Act 936, to administer and distribute monies paid into the common fund among the district assemblies in accordance with the formula approved by Parliament. Now, over a 7 was say, section 126 clause 3 of the same act states, the minister shall, next say, ahano, yaka shall be ana, just say, emano, in consultation with the minister responsible for finance, determine the category of expenditure of the approved development budget of the district assembly that must each year be met out of amounts received by the district assembly from the district assembly common fund. 8. Part of the approved formula allocation activities like national projects, special projects, district support, reserve funds. And a 9 was the ministry holds the view, that is the word, when it comes to the above activities, national projects, special projects, district support, reserve funds, of the above activities in the approved formula. The administrator of this common fund does not have the authority to determine the distribution unilaterally, as it must sit within the broad strategic framework of government. Me can wait there, mami family tree mukakra. Was say aside the common fund na or the akon problem be anyhow. Ne your baby wa a national project, baby also a special project, baby wa a district in be wa teams aquarius so pa near man ko yi ho. And baby also a reserve funds a war. And now approve by Parliament no. And no dear ministry no agin chiremu. Then this wedding was a bassa when I approve dear common fund administrator no. Enti min kasa men kwa matenase because better than what we say aha a national project special project
asemna no abon tofa no. Enti let us put on record this one and say minister na some okay nyina na what 6 to 9 no asem no ano no because you see okay minister no paragraph 9 na e na asem no one and you see the minister chose his words very very carefully or say the common fund does not have the authority to determine the distribution unilaterally. Unilaterally. And no makes a lot of difference. What it means is that Minister Jitum say, "Over to me, Bibi, Nemo won't to me, and yet because they are over here when it comes to district support fund, must sit within a broad strategic framework of government. Don't forget to say, it is only the Ministry for Local Government, Rural Development and Decentralization, and now Omukura, the policy and strategy of local government for the government of Ghana. And then Amenokase. Would you know to me?
Yes.
Only the only institution now implemented the policy and strategy under local government. And now almost no more supervising or more coordinating all the district assemblies.
I think, for instance, my Juma war 3 districts, Mampong, me Mampong, me Busumchia Tumakwa district, and I'm a Jusso. My Yegman 3 districts. Edu baby, impulse to cry at Trocon, yet to be sure say, aha, you have a problem way. Aside common funders, I buy person of boy and pa there. You had the classrooms. Ebi aha when here it no not just aha no ebe falling under ebi a distress support no so
exactly. Every quarter and one okay. Every quarter Minister for Local Government receive report from every DCE and every district assembly every quarter. Menoka say Oko Ministry for Local Government, they can tell you the total number of schools in Ghana without classrooms. The total number of schools in Ghana with classrooms are in what bad conditions. The total number of districts in Ghana, the ministry has everything. The work of the Ministry for Local Government, and say, Obe coordinated Sanema we na mia resources what district no going to be resources. And see, every quarter the minister and second report here, not the Ministry of Health. Oh, district we no, just compound to be 20, but so far more 14. Community we, now say a man will be now no was one. Because needs a company the maternity unit. And Kabeya Ministry of Health, Mus Kakaka, Monfanko, Muniskadia, District Assembly, more district development funds in Ebano, more making sure that Mobile DBA because they are critical. It is the Ministry for Local Government and Okura information on this sector. Only distressed. It is the name of senior, Meno Quake, can say the board district assembly from here distressed. Yes, to me, sorry, can you go EME? Yeah, go can't hear me, the mayor. Your cash, distress, it may not sit within government.
It's based on the reporter, quarterly. It be a ministry, no, and come from the various district, municipal, metropolitan.
Exactly.
Okay.
And all the minister is saying, he say, yeah, on no ministry, no, our report, no. It is a all back to Chesapeake, and Kebeya. Only ministry no any san was war. No ministry no enter or say district we omu nyambwa because of ABCD. District we omu nyambwa. One can say ministry no mo kwako cheche skano. Nemo ebe din so be able to me convince Ghana for say apart from Ministry for Local Government no institution be who be able to me determine who a distress because no other institution has that mandate but the ministry. It is a minister no I can say and I say bia only the other
if I may help the discussion, I say name your district as district officer no and the near ye district health management team your district one infrastructure various committees now assembly no year no ye nyina the committee reports abra assembly no nti assembly no be say oh aha nkofo we no they are in dire need of these amenities near the idea. And sana yama coordinating director ne MCs DC or no abo chile at the local government.
If the minister in his view say far nema we and koso and the disbursement of our special funds here. Na say bia na dwimu waka but onya if any say they needed feedback and as a reaction. Unjin say the best approach and say on any penny beka. Would they imagine say you do 2024? Now minister to cabinet. Now it should be about up. Now my commission, this issue has been pending for almost about 3 years. This district they've been complaining. The president will ask the minister, say, Mr. Minister, what happened? Why haven't you intervened? That minister can say, Mr. President, I've been trying to make sure say the distress fund by my car Office of the Administration of Common Fund and fund it in the NT. Don't you think the president was said, Mr. Minister, why didn't you come to tell me?
Yeah, but show.
Because on no opening. Until I make us say, unfortunate to say, Minister, actual letter at a common opinion now will be there about 12 months. Now, so you know, I deliberate media orchestration to make it look like as a minister, no, and why you see, no, why you see now, and someone on kind of crown, and you know, pin, I mean, what kind of letter, and come to say, baby, you grandpa didn't know that these were the issues. So I just say, there's one other matter. This issue of minister throw letter B to come off an administration, or no come off an administration, and then instance, and discussing how disbursement of special allocation to members of parliament, and also or more taken out of context. Say, and I had the OBIB minister or MP, John also. So here, special attention on the district, or not so better. But the minister, they say, the fact is, say, or no MP of okay. What should district assembly common for administrator say, me MP, I mean, young boy, me municipality didn't say, me constituency didn't say, the common fund administrator unilaterally or non a bank is here, running a year to agree. Or non because say, oh, MP for Kray, Mama 2 million. MP for Ayawaso Center, Mama 5 million. MP. The minister. And
based on what? Based on what? Which report?
That's all. Honorable Damuchi, Onyebi not Troa, common fund administrator, the man. But on one can say, I didn't say, men can't say for first cabra, mamma coche. Nebum, Yentrans, you say, report to a mensakai, and when we be into what Chanwama be a call. And I say, Wafa, the kind of crown, say, and yet unlimited. So, into yeah, mine, I say, ye resources, nice ye use well. At least, the conqueror. Ebia ye kaya dream boom ebia because we know instead of say ebikra bia de ya ka ho asebi minister betu aka so bia for no kra no assembly ni kra trap but almost na say chiefs compound no more maternity block aka ho inti say obema MP no 1 million no dey chiefs compound dey say ye no 1.5 now offer chiefs compound in dey en ka ho preko
because point 2 no of the letter Minister Choma President will see in the current resource constraint we are of the considered view that strategically directing available resources is crucial for government.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. I mean, okay, say, me report one mention at Chelsea Assembly. The report of say second quarter. Requesting distress call and since I requesting distress call, he said about the Ministry for Local Government. Now resources are buying why a bit to media, you know. It be a Ministry of Health, it be a Ministry of Education, it be this Assembly Common Fund. Now say a buying cafe will be a corner. Now only soon say your no fees and you will be to be used without recourse to the data and statistics. So why you can imagine what will happen. It's the minister making and say, at the end of your responsibility to no doubt about that. Or no which because you need unlimited resources, unlimited in tea. Ne kitchen muno akabaya yinyina yent nafe ukura data kakra meso ukura data kakra aha kwa data kakra ni analyze ni yanka say oh aha no yama no 1 million wa hwemwa yama no 500,000 aha ni yama no 2 million. Don't forget he is referring only to the discretionary funds that were available. No
enye common fund no
enye regular ones na kwa no be enye regular ones na kwa MPs wono and then regular ones there called district one. We know he's referring to the special ones. He said distressed.
At the way nobody was a Babantino. Now Adrina Koye said that was the narrative. Say no common fund.
Oh, let it go. Oman can
that one any maybe.
Oman can let no. And Omuja let it to no more for more question. And no more answer. The question say all the conversation that has gone on in the past 2 weeks. None of them are in the letter. None of them are in the letter. You can see the deliberate orchestration of headlines, deliberate orchestration of news. I think, in my view, say it's unfair to Penifom, you know, because in Penifom, you know, and yen papa no more, Juma no more, and in some year, Jumano, and see, I say the Nipam, you know, the way day, it will be and see, I say, Juma, into your compensation with your penny. Why do we introduce and distort the fact and bring things that are not in the conversation? no more take issues in out of context.
Eji
Emma, MPC ni bikura, MPC ni bibuefu and a sikawe, yena yeji, and a minister say my minister has never said that.
I said, I know what ye me walk letter ba could be attached to the mewa ewa.
The minister car about size you need to say. Madrin, ya tremadrin abaso say, a woman, Oma MPs support near there.
Oh, yes.
Now, so far, no, a quite many of us why they yes support no. Because the minister has a responsibility to ensure that district assemblies will be developed in an equitable manner. On the no, on not represent your company in the sector.
But Bibia, Uncle Miracle, Bibia, Moody's basic funds to baby a mobile boy, national projects, special projects, distress district support, reserve funds, no, must be backed by quantitative and qualitative data.
Exactly. And it must fall within government strategy.
Simple.
But come here, if you are now, a baby or her, and this was the way you saw by your a baby to her, okay, and some fix health infrastructure. And you know, Yantinase, just compound was in Ghana has it here in here. There was over 6,200 electoral areas. The health system there, ideally, you know. Every electoral area must have a church compound. If it's church compound, do not send you. Okay, you have 4,800. There is a gap, 1,400. How can we strategically ensure, say, in the next 3-4 years, we be to be year for your reserve funds, your special projects, your national projects, your distress funds. You pay kwa yeye ne be kan ho abom na ye. Baby a memete as minister no. Eye me say, come here me say, as a won kwa na wo take that decision no. Na minjin bi say ebeboa mpenifo minu no omo nkoye obi a obegina radio so aka say mpenifo minu onabo Botwe ni onabo Naa Torshie kontokwa no na onka no hwe eye entiase na omo ye adwuma na kwa mintu gidi say one kwa me omo ohena na mintu munya misunderstand was the order
maybe ye didi ana wati ni boom
no it wati dia no wa
ai chese wati ana ho botokuro na say ade
Umedia and I'm also any Nana Muka radio. So, there be out to be producer as a main friend. I was a friend, was a main friend. Now, when I was a way no friend, Akasaka Sabeba, Akasaka Saneba, and Yen Tokwa. It is only to ensure, say, who will be at Sena doing our strong Koso, but it's only to ensure, say, you know, despite media and cost won't. And she has said, you might be say a penny, any penny in answer, so be uncanasum. Not penny, when they immediately say, Akaye no kwai we so ankebebo nje be ya moment ko any see so ka say we na final
yeah we
all the conversations and all the media headlines orchestrations no kwame ajubrebo and for so be in so it is unfair to the two personalities involved. They are not fighting, they didn't come and put their fight out there. They are having a conversation between themselves and their boss, and I think say that is how we should respect this kind of conversation. And we should even encourage a situation where government officials would engage in such brutal, confrontational, frank conversations. But the main intervention in one to set the record straight there. The minister has never said or sought to say anywhere in any of his communication to the president, say, all for administrator and report man. It's a complete misinformation and distortion for anybody to sit on radio and say, Common Fund Administration Office, independent because it's created by the Constitution. It is false. Institutions in the Constitution that are created to be independent, the Constitution states it verbatim in it. It is a resource for the executive arm to push the development of the state. It cannot, under any circumstance, be independent. You can say independent, there's always such as a man, say, on the grounds of it's a parliament. And I think that's an MNMBA. Yet also 9. Minister Kanda, the common administrator, and to me, my support. It is nowhere. He hasn't said anywhere. He is only saying, say, yeah, support need disbursement, or did he say, Ministry for Local Government, and they are responsible for the sector's progress. Policy and strategy. It's in Kabeya. Office of the Common Fund Administration should work very closely with the ministry to ensure that in the disbursement of the funds, according to abiding the vision, the mission, and then the plan. I think say is a good way to go.
Mira, meda sepa na ye raba mi campaign so akwasai.
I said one year this in be real. What a phrase every gonna be some. Why? Akufi. Let me say Akufi. You see, senior, say from an start to say boy. I didn't say we from another. And every beer in the life of every political party, for some reason, naturally, the leader emerges. About to a back or two, and the engine are back in team. But the natural order, Nankasa selected leader, no more minor, and the political party. Yako Greater Accra, Yako Ashanti, Yako Western, Yako Central, Yako Eastern. It will be difficult for anybody to doubt the fact that the moment we are in, the party people are craving for the leadership of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Now, my name is Sadia, my party, as the Osuno fraternity, leader obey imagine, empenifo ekwonwana edene ba anasa nipa kronwa suit me sorry say okay, I think the time is ripe enough for me to take the mantle of leadership in the party. Empen baby, it can be both ways. Obi wo no na wakoda na also na dai. Ena da yo so ye ne chese emra so say otu no nsi wona obo man no na olidi e man no. Say nipa no ba no beton asem no. Ema party ko na say party for no fi say na sem na oka no. E to aso mu a party for beton no. E to de bi so a party for na etimi ba. E be ka cho say wo de ye hwese ne onu esi afena. Na kwan oni afa so a oni aye adwumare we ku yimu de ye gidi se bibie do ne pese wo di enim na ye rekọ bibie rekọ no ba ni nyina gya nipa no so either ways so wo da wo so da ye ana so mo no be frɛ wo whatever it is no ultimately party for no over 250,000 no omo na ultimately do be decide say wo ne pese wo di enim ase obi fofo ne pese wo di enim. Okay, ene Matias ye medas pa so anopai ene nchichirimu ade amaye senior esu da se ni ombre no wadaje we nyama ye onshira won so owura Dennis Miracle Aboagye director local government decentralization and rural development office of the president member yera the vice president of the Republic of Ghana the campaign team and in it atwen kon okay 101.7 why na nay okayfm 101.7